welcome back to another episode of Trey Coles. As always, my name is Trey Hope, and today I have a special episode. As you can see, I'm not in my normal room, my normal environment. I'm actually out of the country right now. I'm in Cancun, Mexico, celebrating my 30th birthday. That's right, my 30th birthday. I turned 30th on June 17th. Today is June 19th, so I'm about 2 days late to this video, but I figured I'd do it before I actually head out. So as you can see, I'm on an island. I'm in Cancun, Mexico. I actually got here on the 15th, which was Wednesday, and pretty much my girlfriend, Simone, she planned all this, so shout out to her. But she decided that she wanted to make sure I did my 30th birthday right, and we definitely did. So we spent 5 days at a resort called Breathless Riviera in Cancun, Mexico, all exclusive, and it was an amazing time. Actually, it's been great just being able to take a break from the States and just see some new areas. This is actually my first time in Mexico, so I felt it was very fitting for my 30th birthday. So I pretty much just want to kind of recap my journey as a developer up into being 30. I learned quite a lot. I did quite a lot, held several jobs, and there's a lot I want to discuss as far as, you know, where I want to go in the future now that I'm 30, and see how I can keep evolving and growing as a developer. So, as I stated, I'm in Cancun, Mexico, and we did quite a lot. So we got here on the 15th, which was Wednesday. When we first got here, it was kind of like the evening time, so we didn't really have too much time to do anything special, but we got settled in to our hotel, or to our room, actually, I should say, and then just kind of had some of the food here. They have a buffet called Spoon. There's a lot of different restaurants they have, but Spoon was the one that we visited the most. Then we also just enjoyed the view, as you can see right here. I'm not sure what ocean this is, but this is the ocean that we had a view of the entire time. So that was very magical, just seeing the waves the whole time in the ocean. And we slept with our door open a lot so that we could just hear the waves, and that was nice. But after Wednesday, Thursday is where we kind of like got things started. So one of the things that we did that day was we went on an excursion to try out some tequila, like some actual tequila tasting. And we found out a lot of cool things about tequila. One of the things was that tequila is only authentic if it's made with 100% blue agave plant, or azul agave as they say. And a lot of tequilas in America don't have that. You also have to get the tequila. The agave plant is grown in a city called Tequila, Mexico. So you actually have to have it come from Tequila, Mexico. And a lot of places, a lot of brands like Patron, Don Julio, they don't do that, or not 100% of it, so to speak. So they're actually fake, and I didn't know that. So if you're in the States, you've been drinking Don Julio or Patron, it's actually fake. So who knew? But that was fun. We also did some jewelry shopping. It was part of the tequila testing, and that was fun as well. So bought a few things, souvenirs as far as jewelry for the family, so that was cool. And that was kind of the main things that we did Thursday. After we left the tequila spot, we then went to an actual authentic like taco restaurant in Mexico. And it was kind of like in the, not the slums, but I guess the slums. So it was like, you know, it was authentic. It was really good. Got 3 tacos. Well, Simone got 3 tacos. She got 6 tacos actually, but I got 3 chicken quesadillas. So that was nice. Then on Thursday, so that was the wrap up of Wednesday. Then Thursday was the next day. This is when we kind of picked up speed and kind of did some more things. So we actually went on another excursion and left the resort, and we went to a place called Extreme Cancun Adventures, I believe that's what it's called. And we did ATV riding, which is my first time doing that. We had our own ATV and just kind of went around this track in the jungle. Got very dirty, very muddy, but it was exciting and very fun. Adrenaline was rushing. Then after that, they drove us to a cenote, which is essentially like a small, it's not small in depth, but small in like diameter at the top, I guess. And they gave us life jackets, and you can get a life jacket or not, but I can't swim, so I had to get a life jacket. So I got the life jacket, and we would just jump in. So I jumped in twice. That was very fun. I didn't know that the water was 98 feet deep afterwards. I might have not did it if I knew that ahead of time, but it was still fun. Once we left there, we then were taken to go zip lining, and that was fun as well. So we just zip lined through the jungle, about 6 different lines, and that was fun. So that whole day was just a bunch of excursions, a bunch of fun, a bunch of events. Then we came back to the resort and chilled out, got dinner, chilled on the beach as always. Friday was my actual birthday, so that day we just really chilled out. I'm trying to think, what all did we do on Friday? I think we were just here. I don't think we left again. Yeah, I don't know if we left again. No, I'm sorry, Friday, I'm tripping. Friday was the day of the excursions. That's when we did all that stuff, right? Saturday, the next day, that was when we just chilled out here. So we literally spent the whole day in like the pool area, and they had like parties, music, dancers, everything was just real festive. It was a real vibe. We took some hookah, enjoyed some hookah out here, got a lot of drinks. Like I said, it's all inclusive, so everything was completely free. So that was fun, just being able to chill at the pool and relax and enjoy ourselves. So we had a really good time, just kind of winding down from all the energy that we exerted on Friday. So that was yesterday, Saturday. And today is Sunday, and we're probably gonna hit the beach one more time, probably get some food. We have to leave. Our shuttle comes to pick us up at 1. So we're gonna try to get everything we can, get everything packed up, get something to eat, and just chill out for the rest of the day until it's time to head back to America. So that was pretty much my trip in a nutshell. So overall, my birthday experience was amazing. I had a really good time, and I'm looking forward to what 30 looks like for me now. So to recap some of the things that I've done up until 30, if you're not really familiar with a little bit about my history, I am a computer science developer. I got my bachelor's degree in computer science from Northern Kentucky University in 2015. So I spent 5 years in and out of the lab, just working hard, trying to understand what computer science was. And that was my journey. I kind of got into tech just on the whim. Like, by the time I got to college, let me not say on a whim, I believe my mom is the reason I got into tech, because as I was growing up, she was a web developer. So I was always watching her make websites for people, and I just thought it was amazing how she could always work from home and never had to leave. Like, she could just make these creations for people and never had to leave her house, had to do any extra work. So I just always subconsciously thought that was the most amazing thing. So growing up, I used to have like fun with things like Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, just programs. This isn't really like software development, but it's still like a computer program that you have to manage. So by the time I got to college, I first majored in, is it engineering? Yeah, engineering, but I was like, I didn't really like that. I was just like, I only did it because I didn't know what to major in. But then I thought about it, I was like, why not computer science? Let me just see what it's about. I like things with computers. I used to play with computer applications a lot. Let me see what it's about. And my first programming class, I fell in love with programming from there. We used a program called Python, which I guess is Java and Python mixed together. But just writing my first Hello World program, I was like, oh, this is what software development is about. You instructed the computer to do something and it does what you tell it to do. I was like, I didn't know at the time that that is the future, but it really was. Like, that's where the world is going. Us giving instructions to computers and then making our lives easier. So from there, I just fell in love. So after 5 years of slaving in and out of the lab, I got my bachelor's in computer science, and I was able to now be official computer science programmer. So as you know, I'm a Flutter developer primarily now, and that's been my main focus, but there's a lot of technologies that I've come across up until my age of 30. So as I stated, I first started with a program called Python, which I think is Java and Python mixed together. Very simple programming language, but it's a very good way to pick up programming when you don't know anything about it to begin with. I've also learned programs like AngularJS, or software like AngularJS, which is a web development framework, very fast, and it's backed by Google. I learned about React, which is backed by Facebook, but it's for making web apps. MySQL, obviously, for databases. I've used Firebase, which is what I still use today when it comes to just everything from authentication and database, push notifications, app check, Crashlytics, all that. Firebase is really my bread and butter when it comes to making mobile apps. I've also used Swift. Obviously, that was the first programming language that I used for making mobile apps. So when I was making iOS apps natively back in like 2014, I was using Swift a lot, and that was actually, like I said, when I really got into making mobile apps. I started with Swift. I've also used Android. Not Android. Used Java for Android. This was back in way back in the day when I was making mobile apps natively for Android as well. I was working with Java. Like I said, C#, ASP.NET for creating the back end when communicating with the front end for like transferring data and things like that. A lot of NoSQL databases, MongoDB specifically. I still use MongoDB for my mobile app Critic right now, and that's a great tool when it comes to making a database that doesn't really need to be structured. So NoSQL databases are really good for that. What other languages that I know, or technologies? It's just been so much. I just picked up a lot of things. I've gotten really good with Git. I'm starting to really understand all the commands. I used to really hate Git. I used to always be like, bro, why isn't my code going to the server? Like, why? I pushed it up, I committed it, I added the message, blase, but now it's just like, I just feel like a guru. I just, I don't even really use like any type of GUI. I just use the command line, and I've learned quite a lot. So I say all that to say, like, I've learned quite a lot in my journey of being a developer, and at this point Flutter just been my main focus, and I want to keep growing with that. But the cool thing with software development is there'll always be something that's going to replace whatever you're using, and so one day Flutter may not be in no more, and then it's on to the next thing. But in the meantime, I'm a very, very strong believer in, when you know a technology and you see where it's going, milk it. Like, really take advantage of it. Like, Flutter is on the come up, and it's going to be around for a while, if not for a long time. So why not milk it for everything it has? So that's really been my main focus as far as where I'm going with my journey as a developer. So now that I'm 30, I have a few goals when it comes to where I want to go now, moving forward in the future. So obviously I want to keep learning about Flutter. Sorry if it's getting a little windy out here. It feels amazing, but I want to keep getting better with Flutter. I want to become like a liaison for Flutter. I want people to go to my YouTube and know that they can learn anything about Flutter, from Flutter packages, from Flutter widgets, to the life cycle, to just everything that comes with Flutter, because it's a very robust framework. I want to be able to be the face of Flutter, especially for people like me, people of color who don't really understand the benefits of technology, or think that it's too hard and they're intimidated by it. I want to kind of be that gap, that kind of the way to bridge the gap for people to kind of cross over into technology. I also would like to keep making apps, but not necessarily just fun apps. I want to make more apps that are more beneficial for small businesses. That's my goal, because a lot of small businesses think that to get an app made, you got to spend $500,000, but with Flutter, you can make these apps within literally a week if the business structure isn't too complex. So I want to be able to go to that mom and pop shop and be like, hey, do you need software that's going to make your business run smoother? Then let me help you out. So I want to keep working with that. And then the final goal, I would say, is I want to help people who don't know about tech. Like I said, I want to keep teaching tech, but I want to really be like that shoulder that people can lean on when it comes to learning about how to make mobile apps or web apps, and like, how do you do it? A lot of people really don't understand the simplicity of making mobile apps and web apps, especially in today's world. So any way that I can teach that, whether it's my YouTube or my Instagram, or just even a coding class, I actually went to my first coding class this year, and that was fun, just seeing the little kids and learning how soon that they're picking up coding and how important that is. Like, if I was learning coding when I was like in 4th grade, I don't know where I'd be on next level already. So that's probably my 3 goals. You know what I mean? I just want to make sure that I'm still growing and still learning, and kind of taking this Flutter thing to a whole new level that maybe could have never been exposed to beforehand. So with that said, that's the recap of my 30-year journey video. Like I said, it's a lot that I've done up until this point, but I still have a very long ways to go. So I just want to personally thank everyone that's helped me along this journey, whether it be my family, my friends, my professors in college, colleagues that I've worked with, anybody that's been a benefit to my life, and even the ones who weren't a benefit, I learned from you as well. But I just want to be very gracious and take this time to thank everyone for helping me get to this point. And I hope that you stay with me on my journey as I continue to grow as a Flutter developer, but not even just a Flutter developer, a software developer in general. And just keep being better, keep elevating, keep going to the next level. So thank you again for watching this. I know this wasn't super tech related, but I wanted to be a little bit more personable, especially for my 30th birthday. So again, thank you so much. I love you all, appreciate it. And until next time, have a great day. Adios.